Don't go to Thailand in March and April. You probably have heard someone say that.
But which area are actually affected by the burning season? Should you only avoid Chiang Mai and the north? How bad is the pollution really? And if you must visit during this time, how can you protect yourself? Let me answer these questions from a local perspective.
First, you don't have to avoid Thailand entirely during this time.
The southern region, especially beach destinations like Phuket and Krabi, usually has decent air quality, unless there's a wildfire issue from a neighboring country. Also, while the pollution season typically lasts from late November to April, it's not year-round, and it doesn't affect all areas of Thailand at the same time. By the way, if this is your first time in Thailand, grab our free Thailand cheat sheet for the first-timers.
Quoted from Dr. Sonthi, the Thai environmental expert. He said that we need to add one more season to the traditional 3 seasons of Thailand: winter, summer, and rainy season, because we now have to add the pollution season.
The pollution problem starts becoming noticeable in late November during winter. That's because the weather conditions make the air stagnant in this region, and since our neighboring countries face the same issue, dust and pollutants get trapped instead of dispersing. However, the pollution appears in different areas at different times, which was why we said you don't have to skip Thailand entirely if you are concerned about this. First area in Thailand affected is Bangkok and its surroundings, where pollution starts in late November and lasts until early March. This is mainly due to heavy traffic, industrial pollution, and other urban factors. For regions like central, eastern, and northeastern Thailand, the problem begins a bit later, around December and January, lasting until early April. This is when farmers start burning sugarcane and rice fields. Finally, the worst air quality in Thailand, which historically is in the northern region. Pollution there starts around February and lasts until early April. As farmers burn their fields, this is made even worse by forest fires and smoke drifting in from neighboring countries. Now that you know when and where it happens, you are probably wondering, just like many of our Indian followers have asked, is it really that bad? And is it as bad as Delhi? Well, we think we can make a fair comparison because we were in India during the winter of 2023. Based on both experience and air quality index tracking, we can definitely say it's not as bad as Delhi.
That said, when the air quality reaches the red or orange level, you will notice the visibility decrease and also some visible layer of smog.
If you're not allergic to dust or pollution, you might not feel anything. Some of our friends don't notice it at all. But for those of us who are sensitive like me, it can cause itchy eyes, throat irritation, a runny nose, and sneezing. It might just sound like hay fever to you, and I won't get into how serious long-term exposure can be. Instead, let's hear from the experts.
Exposure to PM2.5 this high can severely affect human health, which increase the chance of developing the disease such as dermatitis, chronic rhinitis, bronchitis, or stroke. These are just a few examples on human impact from exposure to the pollution.
So, we will let you decide for yourself and plan your trip accordingly. If you are visiting Thailand during this time, here are a few things you can do.
I know many of you aren't a fan of masks, but honestly, it's the only thing that's keeping me away from having to taking allergy pill daily. So I'm wearing one.
The Ministry of Public Health also advises wearing a mask when air quality is poor. Also, most locals we know have air purifier at home to keep indoor air clean.
So before leaving your accommodation, check the AQI app so you know whether to wear a mask or limit your outdoor activities.
Some people don't feel any symptoms from pollution, but let me tell you about a friend who thought she was fine. So she ran a marathon at Suan Lumpini Park in Bangkok while the AQI was in the red zone. She ended up seeing a doctor and had to take medication for a week due to a sore throat, cough, and runny nose. This isn't medical advice, but from what doctors told us, the more pollution you inhale, the worse it affects your respiratory system, and you especially inhale more when doing cardio. If you're concerned about air pollution or have allergies, consider spending more time in southern Thailand where air quality is generally better. You can then plan visits to other regions based on the dust season timing we discussed earlier. By the way, if you're coming to Thailand soon and wondering if you will have to use a squat toilet every day, check out this next video. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We will be happy to help.